Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let.
Thrive. We should have changed our shirts so it
I
looked
know.
like
I know. I was thinking that. I'm like, dang. I'm like, these people wearing the same clothes every other week. Nah, we just got through recording 133, or 132.
132. This is 133, episode 133 of your favorite Airbnb, VRBO, Homeaway, Lyft, Uber, share economy podcast, but pretty much it's an Airbnb podcast, whatever. And we're coming to you live from Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas. Yeah. So here we are. We're back.
Texas, baby. We are back, man. Stevie Stacks, how are you doing? You've been on your hustle lately. I've been listening to you.
Oh, thanks, man. Salut. Here's a little drinky drink. It's Friday night.
Yes,
We just got done recording an episode, and so we're serious and drinking tea or coffee or whatever. But now it's time to have a drink. So, salut, people out there. Coronavirus
getting real, but but yeah, man. So how's everything been going for you, man? We haven't done an ep in a while. It's been a while. We've been so busy. I've been on the road. You've been doing your thing. Hopping in the arbitrage game. How's it going for you?
Man, it's going good. I kind of touched on it a little bit in the last episode. So I've never done an arbitrage. I've never let someone else co-host for me, and so I'm doing both at the same time. And I've listened to. I mean, we listened to a lot of people on the show that have scaled and got so many units and this and that. And I've been like, man, I just. My Airbnbs, I've done them all myself. I've done everything, top to bottom, listed them, pictures, dealt with all the the people, whatever question they have at midnight kind of thing, and so I've always thought about it would be so cool to hand it off to somebody to see how they would do, and especially a company that would charge only 15%, which that sounds like a steal right there. If they're going to handle all this stuff, they're going to blast you on all the platforms. They're going to get you on all the travel and they get everything, and just that alone, I was like, man, that's a lot of legwork, but they got their systems in place, I'm sure. and then I'm going to have, I'll go ahead and drop her name, Sarah Doan Glidewell from one of our a few episodes ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, SDG in the house, and she came on here and dropped some knowledge on us, and she sets up Airbnbs, has her friend's company or acquaintance company run them for her, and so from the jump, she don't want to handle the day to day. She loves setting them up. She knows her strengths, setting them up, getting them look beautiful, getting them online, and then let someone else run them, and it's on to the next one with her. That's what she was telling us. So she don't run them, and I was like, man, that I thought we're supposed to get our feet wet, run them ourselves, figure this stuff out. But I guess that's a little workaround. If she knows that someone else is going to be better at running them for her, and they're making her good profit, why is she going to mess with that end of it? And I'm like,
yeah,
man,
she's an interior designer, right?
Yeah, interior designer.
Yeah.
She's actually an architect too. Her job, but she does interior design, and so she has all these hookups with she gets like discount through Wayfair and other places to get furniture and stuff. So that's her strength. So she figured out her strength, and she's sticking with that. And I'm like, man, that's a pretty cool way to look at it. And so I talked to her and I said, I'm really wanting to get one set up already. And she told me about, the spot in Dallas. So we're in the process right now. I signed my lease today. And so it's going to be my first arbitrage. Plus, it's going to be my first hands-off thing. I'm not going to run it. There's a company going to run it. And Sarah's going to do all the work. She's going to go and furnish it and everything, I just give her the credit card number. And so she's setting it all up for me. I'm totally hands off, but I have been asking questions, and I'd be like, okay, I need to just trust the process, and I just need, and it's difficult for me because I've always been, me, I've been down on my hands and knees scrubbing freaking toilets. I've been that much in the business, balls deep in the business. Now I gotta gotta let someone else do it and see how that works out.
I was always wondering. I was like, man, I wonder if passive income, like true passive operations, I wondered if it would be hard for you because you were kind of like you're always in. It was easy for me to let it go, but I know certain people. It's just you're used to working for your money.
Yeah, I've been a working man since shit. I was like 15, my first job. So it's just always, it's always been that way, and you kind of mow your own yard, do everything in your own house and kind of thing, fix your own stuff on the car, oil, and slowly pulling away from all that stuff, learning from you, shit, you say, man, I'll let someone else do that crap. And, just learning from you and guests and stuff like that just get away from that, just that start trusting other people to take over these tasks in our lives. It frees us up for big picture stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well and it rents well, and I'm like, wow, y'all are kicking ass. Y'all are doing way better than me. Y'all are keeping it booked at a good price, and I don't have to deal with no phone calls or nothing. This is paradise. So I just start, well, what do I need to do to save up money to get the next one? I worry about that accumulating more, in different spots, and instead of worrying about, going and fixing a toilet in the middle of the night,
You see, that's what you got to be worried about. You start worrying about your capital. You know what I'm saying? Once you start getting your capital, and that's interesting because we and my boy, we just had a whole mastermind about capital and getting capital and how you expand your business. So how are you going to look to expand your business? You have lines of credit set up? Because we've been real big into that lately.
Lines of credit. I haven't gone that far into it, but what I did discover, and funny, I use the word discover. I called up my Discover card, and I said, hey, what kind of promotions I always call. Discover card is cool because they're really great customer service. The other ones kind of suck, but Discover card is cool, man. And this dude come on and he's like, oh yeah, well, Mr. Suarez, let me look and see what kind of promotions we got. I said, well, yeah, sometime every now and then you'll have like a 0%, for 12 months on new purchases kind of thing. And so he's like, oh, let me see what you got. Okay, yeah, it looks like you've been you're good standing with us. You've been with us for a while. Yeah, we have a 0% for you, all new purchases for 12 months. So 12 months, 0% interest is pretty fucking badass. And he goes, I said, oh, cool. And what other like promotions, what other stuff you have? Okay. And if you all online purchases from till the end of the month, to the end of August, through PayPal, so you use your Discover card through PayPal, you get 5% cash back. Mm-hmm. And so, damn, I'm about to order all this furniture. So not only am I getting 0% interest, I'm getting paid to order all this furniture 5%. I'm like, damn, yeah, sign me up for that crap. So so that's how I paid for the furniture. And so, get the money back, pay the card back to zero, whatever. And, I'm going to stick with Discover, but I'm already out there looking for other credit cards that have a 0% introductory rates to have maybe a couple on the ready in case another one pops up that I really like. I could just, all right, here's my credit card number. Go get it, Sarah, set it up, get it up online, give it to that company, and then just on to the next one. That's what I'm doing.
My question would be, so if you're using credit card, are you paying it off because you already have the cash, or are you going to pay it off every single month?
That's a good question, because let's say, just to make round numbers, right? Let's just say I got a place and I spent like $4,000 on furniture. Let's just do some raw numbers. And then, so I got a lease for a year and I'm profiting $1,000 a month. So you would say, okay, well then with that 1,000, boom, 4 months, you paid it all off and your credit card's back to zero. That's one way to do it. But I'm thinking too, what if should I do that, or should I just, pay the credit card maybe $500 a month and just start chipping away at it just to keep that extra $500 cash flow in case, I have some dips or valleys or it goes offline for any other reason. I'm still having that to cover that, instead of just throwing it all and knocking off the credit card. I think the best remedy might be like a mix of the both, not just totally throw it all and just try to pay it off as soon as you can, but a 0% interest. So I don't have to pay it down to, I'm not accruing any interest on it. And I could just,
a year?
12 months, yeah.
Oh, you can't beat that.
So I just, it's just like what is my limit on that? Like 16,000. So I have, I could, go up. I don't want to go up to that, max it out, but I can put a chunk on there and I have, and then I have 12 months to pay it off. You know what I'm saying?
Bad, man. So I want you to let me know how much you cash flowing off these spots. You know what I'm saying? If you cash flowing $1,000 a month, count me in. I'm about to go do some arbitrages. So, because I'm interested to know, because it's a tough time with COVID, and I know I'm not sure how Dallas has bounced back. I only have my corporate place, and it's staying booked. And I just had the guy who was there for a year and a half just left, and we had the very next day a nurse checked in for the next 3-4 months. So I guess my question is, what size unit, like 1 bed, 2 bed, 2 bath, what size unit, and what's your location?
I am in the Lower Greenville area, like right below Lower Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice spot right between, of course, right between Greenville and Dallas. I mean, it's like a couple minutes Uber ride each way, And so the unit is around, it's not it's not huge. It's around 5-something square feet, It's not a huge unit, but it's
500.
it feels spacious. Yeah, 500-something square feet. And it feels spacious, and it's a 1 bedroom. And yeah, it's like I said, it's not huge, but it's what I've been told, and from this company and from Sarah too, that the 1 bedrooms do really good. And even our last guest, Betsy Pepine, she was saying that she don't even try for the 2 bedrooms because she's all about the 1 bedrooms because it's just it's a better return on her money too.
See, because my thing was with 1 bedroom, because she said she's theming the units, right? Like they're doing special themes and all that.
Who, Betsy?
No, the girl who you're.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, she does I would say like a certain style. She sees it and she goes for it. I wouldn't say like I don't know if you could say theme, but it's a certain style. So like, I don't know, you can go modern or you can go like more I don't know, antique looking or there's
like she was doing. I thought it was SDG who said she does it. She does it like the She was like she does it for romantic getaways, couples, things like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, kind of,
She hadn't really told me nothing about that. She told me that she's gonna be looking at doing like a lot of leather and like wood like type furniture and she did like deep greens, like get like a comfortable feel to it because the place is like all gray,
Mm-hmm.
And so she wanted to have that kind of feel to it. And I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, because everything's super ultra modern now, so it's a good it'll differentiate from the pack, I think.
Okay.
So
I was wondering because I kind of hopped out the 2 bed, 1 bed, 1 bath, but if they got a system that works and you let me know it works, I might hop it back in too, because I'll have some extra something to throw at it, because I'm working on these rehabs right now, and then so definitely.
Yeah, I dropped one of the quotes that you put up on the social medias, and I was saying that you could arbitrage the flashy, cool, spaces in the cool city in the high, in the high end part of town. You can have your arbitrages there, and you can make your Airbnb money from that situation, and then from your profits, you purchase rental properties, 3-2s, boring 3-2s in the suburbs. And that's just like kind of like it settles your money down and it kind of builds your wealth that way. Because those, something hits and people aren't going to be going out into the bars and spending all their money if something a downturn. But people always got to have a 3-2 to live in, man. That's just like solid, right? That's a good place to funnel your money into stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like right now, I think when did I start doing Airbnb? February 2017. Now I'm starting to go into buying real estate, and I'm buying it pretty much with no money down because I'm doing the BRRRR. I'm refinancing, getting everything back. And that's real interesting, because that's what I tell people, you can use your arbitrage money that you got coming in to invest in other things, invest in real estate. And that's what I've been doing. That's a perfect strategy. because it's easy to scale arbitrage. You can get them fast, get them up, boom, boom. You're just making a bunch of cash and throw it somewhere else. So.
So February 2017, that was your first was it Airbnb experience?
Mm-hmm. That's when we first started.
Wow.
Yeah, February 2017. So we almost 4 years in the game, 3 years in the game. So
we started our podcast in 17 or 18.
I think it was 17.
Was it? So you just had the one Airbnb at the time, right? Oh, and you were doing your house too. You had you had the apartment, but then you had to stop, and then you were Airbnb out of your house.
I had the house. I had the condo, the house, and the timeshares.
Oh, the timeshares. That's right.
Matter of fact, we started doing the timeshares because I went back and just started looking at all the money we made from it. We started doing the timeshares the first year.
Oh, okay.
Because February we started, then we had to stop. Like a few months in, then we started doing the rooms in the house. Because I think by the time in the first 11 months we made well over six figures. So yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, so we 4 years in, man, almost 4 years, 3 years in. So yeah, we're trying to, we're trying to go ahead and okay, let's start buying. We can get these houses with no money. You have your capital that you spend and then you get it back. So it's like, man, we got opportunity. So because we're trying to get to, I think our magic number, trying to get to 28 houses on Airbnb, on short-term rentals. Well, not on Airbnb, but through our own direct booking website. And by the way, the last episode, she dropped some fire on how to get direct bookings. I'm definitely putting flyers in my house, and I'm getting that stay-fi. I'm definitely looking into both of those. So, but yeah, I need 28 more to retire and feel comfortable.
Okay. And what kind of cash flow is that throwing at you?
That's a little more than $10K a month net.
Oh, nice. So you can live comfortably off that.
Yeah, for sure. We got a plan to pay off debt. We got a plan in place. We got all our objectives listed behind us. What we got to do. So, we've been hustling, man. I've been reading a lot of books and just hustling. Coming up with different routines, man. Being a more efficient, things like that. It's a lot. It's a lot to being an entrepreneur. Especially, I always wonder why entrepreneurs always chose to work out things. It not only gives you mental clarity, but a lot of it is because, you got to have health insurance, and if you're unhealthy, man, because I called a few health insurance people, about, hey, if you were to leave your job, how much is health insurance? I talked to a guy on LinkedIn. He's like, yeah, dude, it's expensive because if you don't smoke, and you work out and stuff, he goes, they'll give you a better rate. I was like, oh, okay, so. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to prepare myself. And we just officially started Mahogany's business a week ago. So it's good things coming.
So you want to have 28 single family Airbnbs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. How you haven't thought of doing fourplexes or whatever, to get it there faster?
Building a fourplex. Right.
Oh, wow. You're buying the block. You put that on the social medias. So you're building a fourplex in Arkansas?
Yeah. We're building a fourplex, and then after the fourplex, we're about to buy another plot of land. This is all family investing. This is me, my brother, and my sister.
Oh, nice.
We were like, man, let's start buying, because the land we're going to build on, my dad's he's older, retired. He's like, man, you guys can use that land for whatever. He took us over there, man. There's just this big, huge, flat piece of land. And we're like, man, you had this. He goes, man, I just bought it. It's like, man, how did you spend it for? He was like, this is the most expensive one I bought. It was it was $5,000. Most of the plot of land I get for $500. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, you can have it. He goes, y'all build on it. He goes, I was like, okay, cool. So me, my brother, and my sister, we decided, hey, man, let's just try to do something for the family, because we all got kids. I got nieces and nephews. I'm like, hey, man, let's make sure we can eat for the future. So we got that. And then my brother, he has a plot of land too. He was like, oh, man, after we started talking about the fourplex, he was like, hey, y'all can build on mine too. He said, y'all want to go in and build on mine? I was like, cool. We went to look at his, man, already flat, ready to go. I was like, oh. So we're like, yeah, we're going to go try the fourplex. It's kind of in the hooder area, but it has a lot of potential because a lot of the houses are boarded up around. And I'm like, dude, if we just buy all these houses, we turn them into Airbnbs or whatever, we'll be straight, dude. So we got that coming. That's like the family part. And then I have my own. So yeah, I'm definitely building a fourplex. That's what's going on right now.
Nice. So it's zoned for multifamily already?
Yeah. So directly across the street is a duplex. So we got, I've been doing a lot of meetings with my family, Zoom meetings. We meet every couple of weeks, every week to kind of keep everything rolling, And one thing I want to say about that, and this is what I noticed, if you want to do something, take all the mental stigmatisms out of your head of like, I can't, or this won't work, and just do it. And you'll find that it builds so much momentum. Like it builds so much momentum. You will find out you can almost do anything, especially if you surround your people that want to do it too. That's a fact. Real, man. Just do it. If you just do it and you're not afraid of failing, you just realize if you look at failures as learning lessons, man, it's so much. Like I've been so proud of my siblings, because they hopped on when I said, hey, let's do this. They were like, shit, let's get it. So
Scared money don't make money.
Don't make money.
I thought about that too, doing this arbitrage thing. I was like, man, I most of my furniture I've ever bought or I ever got was like friends or family just, giving it to me for free or for practically nothing because they're upgrading their. I've never spent money like this on furniture. That's how I don't know. I just never prioritized furniture in my life. And I'm like, well, I can understand. She has a vision. She wants to pimp it out, And it's
you gotta buy fresh for the Airbnb, Steve.
Yeah, I know, but
you wasn't trying to throw the old furniture up there. Oh man, Steve.
And she explained it to me too. She's like, no, she goes, I understand how you're feeling because she's the same way too, but and she's been down both roads trying to set one up on the cheap, which is possible. Hitting up, we even talked about it in our early episodes, Facebook Marketplace, all this stuff. But she's saying, well, by the time you're going across town, picking up things, then you have to go clean them, steam clean them, do all this stuff. It's just longer to get your place set up and making money for you. And she said, there's so many good deals on the Wayfair and Amazon and all this stuff. You can get it sent straight to the place, set it up, and get your unit up and running, and then that'll make up for the extra cost you're spending. And I was like, well, okay, you're the expert. But I just like, it was just a little bit of a trip, But then I was thinking, I keep hearing, because a buddy of mine told me that work a long time ago. He goes, scared money don't make money. And I was like, that's true. I see it as an investment. I'm putting whatever, a few G's down to get it up and running. And, I'm signing a lease, which I'm like, that's kind of weird too. I'm signing a lease. I don't own the property. Renting out the apartment. I said I don't own it.
You check the lease and it says you can Airbnb it.
No, yeah. It says I'm able to Airbnb, and they're gonna get when I go pick up my keys, they're gonna give me the Airbnb packet and all that because they know people do it right there, and so they work with the people to.
You get keys or you get a code?
Well, I get a mailbox key, but it's a coded door already. They already got a coded door on there. I don't got to put nothing on there, and so it's like, to me, I was like, man, this is it's a little bit, just step back and thinking about it, it's a little bit nerve wracking. I'm signing a lease. I got to pay this rent every month now. And this thing's got to start producing for me. But then I step back and look at it this way. Okay. For what I'm paying in rent there, that's pretty much what the going rent, it's actually not a bad deal. So that's what's pretty much what going rent is in that area. Push comes to shove. Let's say I don't know, I'm breaking even or whatever, or I'm losing. I don't know. I'm not getting it filled up. I could always just turn around and just rent it to somebody like as a long-term lease. It's already fully furnished and pimped out. I might get exactly what my rent costs, or a little bit more, or let's just say a little bit less. I might lose like $100 a month. So it's not really a huge like a risk in my eyes, because there's always this plan B, plan C, plan D. I could always do this, that. And so it's not just like, oh, I'm going to go throw $10,000 at Bitcoin and see what happens. That's a risk, Yeah. But I just see it as there's always other options, especially because I can sublease it.
Yeah.
And
how much is your lease on that, by the way?
$10.50 a month.
That's a good lease, bro.
For that area, it's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, you in there, man?
Now, yeah. Now there's $100 a month premium I got to pay on top of that to be able to Airbnb and sublease it out. But that's not too bad.
$1150, that ain't bad. Bro.
Yeah, and it's a nice, everything brand new, all brand new furnishings and stuff. I really like this place. It has a little bit of a view over like a community garden. I found a good spot. And so I was like, push comes to shove, I can get that pretty easy if I just turn around and throw it on the open market, whatever. And so it's not to me, it's not a huge risk. And I was talking to my buddy the other day, the one that kind of lost his ass and he bought 2 houses, trying to hit 2 home runs late in life, 60, close to 60, and ended up losing his whole retirement. But he's, like I said, he went and tried to buy 2 houses for like $400,000 each, hoping to put in, he's never done real estate in his life, and hoping to, put in 200,000, selling for 800,000, trying to make a big 2 home runs to pad his retirement. And he trusted these guys. They took him to the cleaners. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm doing risks, but little smaller calculated risks, and slowly I can inch my way up to taking bigger risks.
That's I mean, that ain't. I mean, with Airbnb, short-term rentals, corporate rentals, there's so, man, we have so much knowledge that we've collected from guests. It'd be hard to fail. I'll say that it'd be hard to fail because we've surrounded ourselves with so many people, that can just get us where we need to be. I just do it, man. I mean, all you're gonna do is fail forward. You know what I'm saying? You're failing while you're making some money. So
just do it. Just do it. And that's and it's kind of like, it's easy to say for us. We've taken risks, and but like now with COVID, people are like freaking out. They're like, they don't want to take any risk. They don't want, a lot of people don't want to take any risk because like they don't know if they're gonna have a job, kind of thing. And to me, that not knowing you're gonna have a job tomorrow or whatever, or if there's gonna be that extra 600 on top of your unemployment, whatever the hell's going on, that should be, to me, I tell my friends, that's more of a motivation to start taking risk and to try to find other avenues of income while you still got a job, while you still got like some security. Because then what are you going to do when you get laid off? You don't have nothing else to fall back on, man. That's going to be a miserable experience.
That's what it is. People don't look at it. That's motivation, man. Like T.I. said, that's fuel to my fire. That's all it is. If, people who fall dependent upon like the 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you fall dependent upon it where you're not making additional streams of income, to me, that's dangerous. That's risky. That's a risk to me. But I mean, not all people look at it like that. They're cool with dependent upon that one stream of income. That's just not me. I can't ever do it, So,
yeah. So we're taking risks, calculated risks. We've still got our plan A, plan B, plan C, all that stuff. But I mean, that's what life's about, man. Shit. Why not?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's we've got, like I told you, we got so much knowledge that we've got from this podcast. It's hard to lose. It's real hard to lose. You know what I'm saying? If something does happen, we can call somebody. You know what I'm saying? We sometimes forget how big our network is. We sometimes forget, and that the network gives us a lot of resources,
Something cool I saw, and you saw, I think you shared it on the social medias too, was, Blockbuster Video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old dinosaur, no one rents videos anymore, whatever, like from a store. But there's like one remaining one, right? There's one remaining Blockbuster Video United States left. And so what they're doing is they turn it into an Airbnb where people can have movie nights there. They put in like some old school, like 90s looking furniture and stuff, old TV console. And they're going to make so much freaking bank off this thing, man. It's like,
I'm going to it.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah, I'm going to go to it.
Where's it at?
It's in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's from my home state. So I'm going to it. I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna promote LLT out there too. Yeah, I'm going to that shit. I'm about to go check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go there.
Is it an individual owner?
I'm not sure. The crazy thing is that Blockbuster, I've been following it for a long time because it was the last Blockbuster left, and I'm like, and they were talking about how they were struggling, and I never thought about it. I'm like, they could put it on Airbnb as an experience. And that's what they did. They're like,
fuck yeah, I love that.
They're smart, man. I was like, think about it. It's like when you hold on to something, most people are like, man, you're crazy. That's old dinosaur. And it bounces right back right in your favor, man. You're the last Blockbuster. You know how many 90s kids, man, I remember going to Blockbuster, getting the popcorn, you get a movie, a video game, man. I remember that, man. And then your mom whipped your ass because you got the late fees on the card, so.
Didn't rewind it either.
Yeah, and then they came out the DVDs. But yeah, man, I was like, dang, man, they're the last Blockbuster. I just want to drive by it and see it, like just to get that nostalgia of a Blockbuster again. Man.
I bet it's all booked up for at least a year, man. I bet you.
You already know, dude. I'm like, man. Hey, matter of fact, they might be going for Peter Bayhoo's most popular Airbnb spot right there with the last Blockbuster. That's genius.
I hope it's I hope it's an individual that owns it instead of just. Well, I don't know if there's not even a corporation anymore, is there? They went bankrupt.
There is. So I mean, it would have to be like a friend or owner, like an individual owner, man. And I'm wondering how. Yeah, because you get your movie and then you rent it out. Because a Blu-ray is like what, $20?
God dang it, we should have bought it, Micah. Why didn't we buy the last Blockbuster?
He wasn't selling it.
He wasn't.
The dude was like holding on to it. Like he was like, I want to keep it. Because I'm like, man, people get on Netflix. But I was thinking the only way he was possibly making money is he's renting out the stuff that's not on Netflix or Hulu. But I'm like, even at that, there's like Amazon Prime that has everything, so he found a way to make it work in his favor. Bro. I'm like, I'm proud of that. That's dope. So.
That is cool, man. And I like how they set up the living room all old school and shit. That was cool, man. But yeah, that's cool. That's that's what gives you the freedom with Airbnb to do whatever. I saw like one that's like they did their whole house in Star Wars, man. It's like made it look all badass. All like they're sleeping in one of the spaceships and shit. It's just your imagination. That's what I like about this. That we can use our imagination to do whatever we want. We'll see what else comes back after the Blockbuster comes out. What else is going to come back? All these other stores.
Like a Hollywood Video and put it on Airbnb.
Those still exist though. Hollywood Videos, right? Oh, Family Video. I'm sorry, Family Video. I saw one and I drove past in Grand Prairie the other day. Family Video on the corner. Like, oh crap, man! They're still in video stores.
Yeah, I know Hollywood Video. They probably Blockbuster might have bought their asses. I don't know, but yeah, I remember Hollywood Video, Blockbuster, man. I used to love Blockbuster on Friday nights, man.
But you get there and there's all the good movies were gone, man. Friday night. Well, the new ones.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes everybody because it was crazy because, we didn't have Netflix. So, like, you rushed to Blockbuster. Hey, such and such came out today. It's crazy. Yeah, times have changed, That's
Big
crazy.
time. Big time. People are just pirating them on their phones, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't get the experience. Yeah. I mean, how enjoyable is that, staring at a movie on your phone? And just you want to be with people, with friends and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
But I love it. Sage advice that got me kind of thinking. I told you Home Shield kind of worked out for me.
Yeah.
American Home Shield, and I thought about putting it on my rentals, but my AC, my lower unit went out the other day. Well, it was blowing like it wasn't. The fan wasn't turning. It was blowing like just hot air. And so Home Shield came out. They came out that same. It was like almost midnight when I put in the thing, and like they came out the next day, like at 1 p.m. So it was pretty quick turnarounds. Sometimes you gotta wait a little longer. That's the thing with Home Shield. I might have to wait a day or two, and it sucks if you don't have AC. And so obviously in Texas you'll die. But
it was 100 degrees today. You ain't got AC, man. I'll pray for you.
It's we'll be in the pool chilling, man, like eating breakfast in the pool. Who cares? But anyways, the AC guy, he got there. I went out to go check out what he was doing to the unit, and I said, it's probably the capacitor, right? He's like, yeah, capacitor. He said it probably is, and he took it off, checked it. He goes, yeah, I think that's what it is. I got a few in my truck. He came back out and swapped it out. Everything's working fine. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I said, how much would a regular job like this cost? If someone didn't have Home Shield. He goes, about $250. To swap that out. I said, yeah, it's pretty good. Home Shield's doing good for me. And he said, well, he goes, depends on how you look at it. And he goes, some people think that they need it because they're gonna fix everything and this and that. He goes, what's the bottom line of Home Shield? He said they wanna, take in more money than they put out. And so I explained to him it helped me out because I fixed 2 units that was going to be like $3,000 something each, and so he saved me almost $7,000 already. So I'm playing with house money, and but he was saying that he has some rentals too. He has like 4 houses, and he said He don't put home shield on any of them, and this is why. He said he gets an account. He puts money in that account every month, like his money to fix things account. And he goes, and something goes out, he'll have money to go, tackle the issue. He said, and he's kind of like, he's a little bit handy, so he can kind of figure things out or get the right guy on it and then pay, he said, get you a good plumber, get you a good electrician, a good AC guy, and you're set, someone you could trust. And you can usually get things fixed, and you don't have to pay that, what home shield charges, 40 something a month, plus $75 to come out, this and that. If you just know a little bit about stuff and you got good guys working for you, it's more beneficial to just put money into account, and then when something goes wrong, you can tackle it. And he goes, for example, AC unit is like the number one thing in Texas that people get home shield for, right? Mm-hmm. He goes, but what they don't tell you, you can get, for your house, you can get 2 brand new units all inside and out for like, let's just say 20 grand. And he goes and put that on 0% financing for $200 a month for how many years? So you're paying $200 a month, but you got all brand new units. You don't ever going to need home shield because they're going to work like a charm. They're going to have warranty and everything like that. And you're paying $40-$50 a month for home shield, but they're just going to keep fixing the old stuff just to keep, you're going to keep getting dinged with the $40-$50 month. Plus every time someone comes out, $75 a month. So he goes, you do the math that way. I mean, might as well just fix out all the old stuff, put all the brand new stuff in your houses. You're not going to have any service calls, and then you put money aside just in case something does go wrong. That's how he views it.
I think his way works if you're comfortable being hands on,
or if you got guys that you can trust.
Yeah, but he's saying he's hands on, right?
Well, he's handy. He's handy. He knows. He says he can. He said what.
He's going over there, finding the problem. Then he goes and calls a dude.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
Exactly, and that's what my counter argument is. Yeah. I'm like, I could just hit up. I don't even have to call Home Shield. I just go on there, request AC, and then they'll send someone out.
You're paying for convenience, and you're paying for time. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might, because even if you were to balance it out, isn't Home Shield still cheaper than what you would have paid? How long again till you have to use Home Shield for that AC unit? It might be a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. It might be next summer. That's a whole year. Yeah. So I'm like, man, I'll pay for time all day.
Right.
Buy my time back.
So you got Home Shield too?
Hell yeah! I got my time back. Check it out. So I just got a new AC unit in here. So what happened was I called Home Shield. They came out, and the dude, I just happened to know him because he had came out before. He's like, bro, I was like the last summer, because it was the last summer he came out. He was like, bro, I told you got to replace that unit. He goes, it got that old Freon in it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you did. He goes, look, man. He goes, if you start calling me directly, I can fix it for you. He goes, now the flip side is, if you go ahead and buy a new AC unit, he said, I'm going to be honest, because it was when COVID just hit. He goes, AC units ain't moving right now because ain't nothing moving. He was like, man, I can give you a brand new unit for $6,000. Put a
inside and out.
Inside and out. Replaced everything. 6 Gs.
Is that for the upper or the lower?
Everything. I'll only have one unit in this house. That's the bad part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I need an up and down, but I got one unit, but it's cool. He fixed it. Got a brand new unit out there. Matter of fact, something happened with it where after they put it in, they didn't turn on the furnace, and we were getting something was happening with the air. It wasn't working right. He came out and fixed it for free. He was like, I was like, man, how much we need to give you? He was like, don't worry about it. He goes, you bought an AC unit off us. We good. I was like, oh, yeah. So many, so many perks. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about money and things like that, you have to look at what it's doing for you. If it's giving you your time back, man, by all means, spend that shit. Honestly,
time is shit. Time is more valuable than money.
Straight up. A lot of people, they say entrepreneurs are all in it for the money, man. Nah, we in it for the time, dude. We ain't on this earth that long. If we sit there working and slaving it all away, good luck. You can live that life, not me.
Exactly. All right. Time is money. Money is time.
It really is, man. A lot of people don't realize that, and they fall for the okie doke.
Now, one thing that I noticed, I don't know if you've set up an Airbnb in a while, but you've done it more recent than I have because I haven't set one up in a while. So the thing is, what I noticed setting up this one, getting it online, the new unit I'm getting in Dallas, is that I went ahead and I took your advice. I went and got some pictures of the empty unit and put coming soon across it. I already got a booking, and but what I noticed when I was setting it up, it make it so freaking simple for someone to put their house on Airbnb, right? And so boom, 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 like in 5 or 6 steps, you're done. I mean, it's up and running. I was like, but what they don't do, they don't take you, it doesn't walk you through where the defaults are to where to set, like, you want people reviews, you want people with this or that, or you want the pricing, or 2 days on minimum on this. I mean, the little things that really freaking hurt you. So someone sets up their shit, they're going to get bookings right away because the way they made it so anybody can book it, and with 0 stars or whatever the hell. and so you got to, if y'all are out there, if you haven't made an Airbnb yet, or if you've made one but you haven't made one for a few years, it's changed. You got to really, before you get published the damn thing, because they make it where they guide you right to that publish button. Go in there and some stuff on the laptop you can't see. Look at it from both your laptop and your phone at the same time, because it's easier to see some things on each one, like setting the days, setting 2-day minimum on the weekends, or setting the, like, people have to have like be a recommended guest, so the cleaning fee. It kind of it goes by all this stuff, the clean. So you didn't even set up a cleaning fee. I'm like, it just makes it where it just throws your thing on there as soon as you can, and you're going to be losing a lot of money.
So you got to realize Airbnb is doing that because if you ain't got a cleaning fee, that's more money for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're more likely to get booked. Now I have a question for you. Are you setting up a direct booking site for your people to manage?
Haven't even thought about that until this last episode.
I was wondering, like it's probably a good idea to just get your porter. If you only got one list, that's like $7 a month, and that'll give you a full-blown direct booking website. And then you can put that have your people put that flyer in there, tell them, hey, I also want to take bookings to my, because then if they're already charging you 15, 10%, whatever, 15%,
yeah,
plus Airbnb's 3%, that's really 18%. You can knock off that 3%.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's another thing to look at, because whatever you always have to imagine whatever percentage they charge, add 3% on, because Airbnb's still taking their 3%. So
okay,
yeah,
I'm going to talk with them about that, because I don't know how motivated they would be to start, trying to hit up guests to book through the direct platform.
I mean, I think we should use Betsy's advice. Just put a thing in there. Hey, this is our direct booking website. Go to that to book, and then they manage it. It's still part of their 15%.
And plus, she does the bonus. She gives her daughter bonuses for whoever she puts on the direct one instead of Airbnb.
Yeah, facts.
Huh.
But I'm gonna tell you something, because you said you already put your place on there and it got booked, right?
Right.
When is your expectation date to be ready?
28th.
The 28th. Okay, so this is my thing. Like, I'm kind of in that middle confusion, like, because this is a different one. I'm doing the rehab. And I was thinking, like, man, I could put this place on here, but I'm like, because I was going to use Asif's. His name is Asif, not a Masif. Damn, let's do his name. The guy from Chicago with like 100
Yeah.
years.
A Sid or a Seed or a Sid or Syed.
Because what he does is he photoshops the place. He photoshops the place and puts stuff in there that's not really he photoshops it, to get people to book. But
yeah,
I was thinking, like, because with the rehab, I was like, man, I can go ahead and put it on there. But I'm like, with a rehab, what if something goes wrong? Something like, because like right now, this rehab dude, that my contractor, man, he's on point. I'll give him that. He's on point. He got the roof on there. Man, got the roof on there, got the inside painted. Because if you've seen my Instagram, we did a walkthrough on it. He's moving. He got the place cleaned out. He's moving. But the thing was, I'm like, man, if I put this place on here, because we're expected October 1st is our date that we want to be up and running. I'm like, man, if I just went ahead and opened it up for October, but I'm like, man, if something goes wrong, I might be screwed. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing my Superhost anyway because I had to cancel a guest due to the issue. But you know,
Oh, you lost your Superhost for that?
about to be, but I don't really care no more. I'm trying to go direct. Forget Airbnb. You know, but that's one thing I was thinking. I was like, man, I might, you know what I'm saying? I could risk it. Since I'm losing my Superhost, I might as well risk it, you know, just put it up there, you know, just front of the house up there coming soon like you did. And then just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you don't care about the Superhost status anymore, I don't see why not. But yeah. I mean, but how much money? It's like how much money you think you'll make by putting it up early, as opposed to wait until everything's done and good and then putting it up. I mean, you gonna lose a shitload of money, or is it worth that amount of money to fuck up on accident? You know.
See, this is the thing. How far out are these people booking? And that's what I'm looking at because I have 2 units there now. Ain't nobody booked in October.
No, I hear that last minute bookings at the game right now because of COVID.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it is. But now this is crazy. Like one of my units is booked for the next month and a half. Some dude booked it for a month and a half. I'm like, shit, making 3 G's on a $700 mortgage. I'm with it. But you know, so you know, so I was like, oh, cool. This dude booked it. But I'm like, he booked it probably a month out. So I think I would probably be targeting someone who wants to book long term.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking I might do it. Just put it up for October 1st. Yo, we ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
It's a little bit harder to do that because it's my first time doing a rehab that's going to be an Airbnb. I'm like, it's a little bit harder to time that. You know? Like with yours, you ain't got to worry about it. It's already fixed up. All you're doing is furniture. I think it's a little bit safer. You know?
Yeah. And I even did ask Sarah, hey, I was like, when will the place be functional and I can maybe get some people in earlier? She's like, well, she wouldn't suggest that because then they'll be there staying there and shipments keep arriving, you know. she didn't want that. I was like, okay, I'll wait, 10 days. I said, it's like 10 days between when I sign.
Don't rush the paper, don't rush it. I feel you.
That's what does it say? A bird in the hands worth 2 in the bush kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Let it come. I mean, let it come. And that's why I was like, man, I'm gonna hold off. And I'm like, if September 1st, I'm really trying to time where he's at in the rehab process, and then I'll start be like, oh, you got the floors in, paint's done. Okay, I probably can do that.
Now here's some stuff I learned from Myka. I mean, it's technically it's whatever. What Myka would advise me if I asked him the same question. He said, "Well, find some houses that are really nice around the area, book them that have that you can cancel them." So if something does come up and you can't, I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I got this other place for you," and just throw them into that place. And if your place is ready up and running, just go cancel those other few that you have.
Got to make sure they have flexible ones.
Yeah, flexible.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't suggest that. But I hear people do that. I mean, I hear people do that. They're gonna go on vacation. They lock up like a few places and then see what happens.
If you see those people who, whenever you push accept, the ones you push accept, and you have the decline payment thing, and they get 24 hours to hold your place. Yeah, that's what a lot of them are doing. They know it. They put a bullshit card on file so they can hold your place. Yeah, that's like a known trick. I hope no guests are listening to do that. But people that don't know, people do that. They'll put a bad card on file, like one of them Target Visa cards, but they have no money on it, and book your place, and you'll see that awaiting payment, and some of them will hold it. You'll tell them to pay it, and they won't pay it. So, yeah.
So I heard something cool on BiggerPockets the other day, and it said something like this. It said, earn your money, earn, amplify, invest, and repeat. So let's say you whatever you're getting your money from, you're earning your money from your job, or you're earning money from your cash flows or whatever, but you got to funnel that money to amplify it into something that's going to make even more money. And from that money, you got to invest it and then repeat it, Instead of people that take forever to that are in the job forever, they just go straight from earn to invest, and that's like a slow growth strategy. You got to find a way that money that's coming in to amplify it, which is what we're doing. You know, we're putting it into short-term rentals. We're putting it into real estate to amplify that money. And then from that money, we're investing into other things that are going to amplify it. You know, boom, 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 boom. It's going to grow a lot faster than just a lot of people. Oh, just put it in your 401k. And then, you know, just
with that 401k. Funny, I just started a self-directed IRA too.
Oh, nice.
I had like a bunch of money sitting in like this because I used to be a contractor. I had a contractor 401k that I didn't know nothing about. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, called up Merrill Lynch, like, hey, create me a self-directed IRA, and I put that money over there. So I'm trying to find like as many ways to add capital as possible. So.
Well, that's cool. So I touched on it in the last show too. Taming my inner micromanager, and I've just, oh man, I don't know where this comes from. Some people have that micromanaging in them, and it's just like I've done my own Airbnbs. I've set them up, you know, and did all that, you know, set up all the pictures, advertising, talk to the guests, in and out, handle the cleaners, and just I've always done it that way. It's always stressed me the freak out. I was like, every time I'm on vacation, I'm dealing with the Airbnb crap. I'm like, why am I doing this crap? I need to stop. I need to stop doing this. It's just not enjoyable for me. I like the money. The money's cool, but God, I hate everything else about it. And so that's why it's the main reason I want to try this arbitrage, and arbitrage plus a co-host, you know, paying someone to 15% to run it for me. So I don't have to deal with the day to day. And they know how to make, they claim they know how to make more money because they got more, you know, connections. And they're going to put me on every single site. They're going to handle all that stuff for me. So it's going to actually be making me more money in the long run. So but it's still like, God dang, I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs on, trusting them. They're going to do all this stuff. You know?
You got to find you something to do, my friend. I'm going to ask you, not have you listened, have you read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek?
I listened to it. I didn't sit down and read it. Yeah.
I would suggest anyone in here who listens to this not to listen, to read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek. It will change your life. Not listen. I'm going to tell you the reason why I say don't listen to it. Listening to something has a high retention rate. You can repeat it. Reading something creates action in you because now it becomes a part of you because you have to sit. Like if you can listen, you can drive a car and listen to a podcast. You can't drive a car and read a book. When you read something, it becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of your nature because you've read it. You have to sit down in a place that's quiet and take it all in. Read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek. It'll change your life. It will change your life. It'll make you realize how important time is. And once you realize the importance of time, you'll be comfortable as hell outsourcing some shit. Because I am. I'm hella comfortable doing it. Hey, you good at this? Bet. You want to come work for me? I'm serious. That's how I am. I'm comfortable as hell outsourcing.
So now you only work 4 hours a week, huh?
I wish. I probably work my business probably close to it.
Right.
Probably close to it.
But and people, it's a kind of misleading title, because what he's saying is what I got out of it. You know, you're setting up things so you only have to put, let's say like his business or whatever. He's only working about 4 hours a week on the business, and the rest is set to cruise control. He's got his people in place, the systems in place, and everything. You know, and he's big about virtual assistants way before people were talking about virtual assistants. But it takes a shitload of hours to get all that stuff started and all the systems down and boom, boom, boom to set it all up to where you can whittle it down to only you're doing 4 hours. But that's the whole thing. You want to do all that hard work, all that grunt work, all that hustling to get, and you're working a shitload out. You're an entrepreneur, you know. Plus you're full-time job doing all that. It's a lot of freaking work to get it down to just 4 hours, you know. And so, but he doesn't like Tim Ferriss. I love Tim Ferriss. This is my favorite podcast, one of my favorites. And but he works a lot. He said he doesn't just work for it, but he does the stuff that he's passionate about. He puts all his effort that he wants to do. He's not sitting there answering fucking stupid emails all day and talking to this guy, talking to a client. He's not doing all the tedious stuff that he don't want to do. He works a shitload, and he's making like one of the best podcasts in the freaking world. And he had time to do that podcast because he got his business on cruise control. So he works on things and talks to fascinating individuals and has this awesome podcast, which is making millions of dollars off of. And because he was able to outsource and get his business to run itself.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The book, The 4-Hour Work Week. Another book. Let me see another book there. We're Think and Grow Rich. You know, I'm trying to read like 12 books a year minimum.
Oh, you put something on the thing. You Think and Grow Rich, and you put something here that made me think of that book immediately. You said, not good at making sure others are satisfied. What did you mean by that?
Oh man, that's one I realized this weekend I'm not good at. Me and my employee we just talked, you know, we had a good heavy. I didn't realize some employees need to know they're doing a good job and to know they're appreciated. They need the affirmations. That's what I'm not good at. Shit, I thought the paycheck was the affirmation. No, I'm just joking. But no, I'm starting to really learn people's personalities. You know, affirmations are huge. And matter of fact, the book I'm reading now is really big on affirmations. Matter of fact, the book I'm reading now is called Dad, the Family Mentor. Really good book. And it talks about, you know, changing your parenting styles and strategies. Because, you know, I've been on a real deep philosophical journey this whole year. You know, I've been reading books left and right, like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, dang, dude, you finished that book yet? But, you know, and it teaches you, you know, people need affirmations, positive affirmations. You have to really learn people's personalities, especially someone who you want to manage something for you. You have to know their personality. And then once you know their personality, you can make them more efficient to what they do. You know,
and that's what it reminded me of, that book, Think and Grow Rich, because he's just, even if it's someone that's like pissed at him or this and that, sour at, he's just shower them with praise, apologize, nice. Don't you know, you want to argue at them back and say, come on, man, you know this is stupid. But no, he talks about the, you know, going above and beyond to be like, you know, to treat people with the utmost respect and kind, and just show them how much they appreciate it. I mean, all this stuff, and just like, and doors will just open for you like crazy everywhere, because that's how you're treating people.
That reminded me of I was watching, you know, I'm a big guy. I like a lot of sports, and I was watching. This is a while ago. This is LeVar Ball. A lot of people don't like LeVar Ball. I love LeVar Ball. He said something to his son. He told Lonzo. He goes, "Hey, if you lose a game, you're the point guard. So if you lose the game, put it on yourself. Let them know you made the mistake." And he goes, "If you win, you let them know it's because of them." And it was that same type of mentality. You know what I mean? It's teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work. You know,
none of the praise, all the blame. Yeah,
straight up. That's really what it is. Once you learn that, man, you can go far. I'm starting to learn that. You know, and I'm starting to learn it and trying to take it in. So yes, sir. That's a great. Well, how did you word that?
None of the praise, all of the blame. Yeah,
that's the way to look at it. Exactly.
That's how great coaches are like that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even, you know, remember Bill Parcells was coaching the Cowboys and he turned them around, but he was such a hard ass on them and this and that. But as soon as they lost, man, he started blaming himself. He got in the microphone and started blaming himself. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. You know, but he was hard. I mean, he was a tough coach, but they ran through walls for him, you know, because they know that he had their back.
Straight up.
So, no, I love that, man.
I like that. That was a good quote.
Yeah. But
oh man, so you know, I was about to buy another house. This close to getting another house, man. I was by the way, people who are looking, if you're looking to sell your house and get another house and you're worried about, I gotta sell and all this, check out Knock Lending. They do bridge loans. So what they'll do is you can go buy yourself another house and they'll sell your old house and they'll give you the down payment for the new house, so you ain't gotta wait for the old house to sell. So yeah, look into that. That's pretty dope.
Real quick on that, I've had friends that got kind of like tripped up on offers like that from lenders.
What do you mean?
Where they put them in the new house and all that stuff and promised to buy their old one, but for whatever reason they didn't come through with the promise to buy their old one.
They're not gonna buy it. They're gonna sell it for you.
Okay, Okay. This is a different deal then. A lot of the new builders would do that. We're buying your old house and we're going to put you into one of our new ones, and
So
then
this a lender. You're 100% working with a lender, and the lender is going to sell your house.
Okay.
You move out of it, and then they'll put up to $10,000 worth of work into it. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, it's called knock lending.
Knock lending. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bridge loan. They loan it to you, and then after you sell your house, they take out what they loaned at 0% interest. Take out what they loaned you, and then the rest of the cash. Let's say you have $40,000 after you take out what they loaned you. You can either restructure your house, the loan on your new house, or you can take that money and go buy you another one. Go, do what you need to do. And we had a house, man. It was a 4-bed, 3.5 bath house. It was listed at $550. It just went under pending today. It had a freaking 2-bed, 2-bath apartment on the back. Living room, kitchen, 2-bed, 2-bath apartment, and then a 4-bed, 3-bath, 4-bed, 3.5, 3-bed house, man.
Where at?
Arlington.
Oh, so you couldn't Airbnb it then?
Nah, I was about to. Matter of fact, the location it was in, I could have Airbnb'd it because ain't nobody. It's a private property. It's all private property. So if they would have tried to find me, they couldn't come into my yard. They couldn't put nothing on the door. It was, man. I'll see you the address.
Okay, but why didn't you buy it?
It took too long for me to get everything done and getting through. So I was like, forget it. And it just went under pending today. But I'm still talking to the knock lending to get the pre-approval on everything. So I'm going to see. But right now, I'm like, we're really kind of holding off on some stuff because we got all this other stuff going on. Refinance is about to pop off. So we got the rehab going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick on the refinance front. I called Wells Fargo today. I got my houses through them. And I was just getting, rates are low right now, and then I just wanted to see what they could do. And they said for my house, my primary, which I just bought last year, right? I could knock it from a 30 to a 15-year, I could knock 15 years off of the payment, off the house. And with the interest rate going down, PMI dropping, it would I would only be paying like $200 extra a month on my mortgage. So my mortgage would go up $200 a month, but my 15 years would just drop off. So I'm like, it seems like
refinance through them though.
I just called them because they have my loans. I just thought that would be a lot easier.
Call New American. I just refinanced this house with New American, and they gave me a 30-year at a 3.6 and knocked off my PMI.
30-year at what, 3.6?
Yeah, 3.6 and knocked off my PMI.
Wow. What was a 15, by the way, if you would have done that?
I didn't even look into it. I was like, 30. Yeah. I'm putting a 15 on the one on the rehab I'm refinancing though. Putting a 15 on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna start doing 15 on anything that's 100K or less. If I owe 100K or less, I'm gonna do a 15 on it.
That's interesting. Why is that?
Pay it off faster, and plus the mortgage only comes out to like $700 a month.
Yeah. Where you're buying.
Yeah, so it goes up to like $700. I'm like, man, I'm making damn near triple that on Airbnb. I'll put that on a 15.
Right.
Paid off of 15, then by the time Malachi's up and out of here, we have another one, 2-3 houses paid off 100%.
Right.
What do that leave us? So.
What was I gonna say? Going back to sports real quick. FC Dallas, the soccer team that's out over there in Frisco. Well, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but what they did, they had a match the other day, and it's the first time of all the professional sports that they had fans at the match. They sold tickets and they had some fans. It wasn't a lot of people there, but it was some people, and they spread them out. So the NFL is going to be watching, NBA, and they're all going to be watching to see how this goes down with this little soccer. They're not even near as big as all the other ones, but they're starting to throw some fans in the stadiums, man. I mean, like we're talking, it's the new normal. This is going to be the new normal. And I told my buddy, he was, saying, everything's changed now. I was like, well, if you think about it, every time, people from Asian countries, a lot of them they would fly with masks. We got to wear masks when we fly now. They've always been doing that shit.
Yeah.
And out, you see them over there on the in the streets, in the images. They've been wearing masks on the streets for years, and go to the doctor's visits or dentist, whatever. They wear masks to all that shit. I said, we're just finally catching up to their game. We're starting, and people are tripping. It's just, I mean, we can't just all live in holes the rest of our lives, So stuff's gonna come back around, and as our last guest Betsy was saying. It's just like she sees it like a real strong market right now in the housing. And plus, she goes, if you just keep going at it, just keep, putting effort into it, looking, and strengthening your business, you're going to be fine. And so a lot of people are scared, but I mean, what can you do? You just gotta keep at it.
Yeah. And what it's teaching you is what you should and shouldn't be getting into at this time. You know what I mean? That's all it pretty much it is. If you're paying attention, like what businesses are thriving, what ones are failing, Tech seems to be taking off. Hell, Zoom, we're using Zoom right now. Zoom, their stock went crazy when this happened. Hell, that's what Zoom needed. Zoom was praying for COVID.
We were Zoom before Zoom was cool.
And it's just certain things you just got to find what's about to hit. Like one thing I wouldn't get into right now is commercial space. I kind of try to avoid that.
Unless we can snap them up for free. I mean, for low price, and then turn them into condos.
Yeah, unless you had like a solid, solidified plan with them. It's just certain things. You just have to look at things in a different way. I think I had talked to Kim and Ann about commercial space a long time ago. I was like, man, could you turn those into micro hotels? And that could possibly be true. Man.
They're still buying those salon suites, aren't they?
Yeah, they do the salon suites, but
they're probably getting them at a good price too.
Yeah, they probably are. But yeah, it's just knowing what to get into. In a place like Miami, that works for them because, vanity. That's what it is. Miami's a city of vanity, So it's just all about looking around, what's working, what's not working, what should we move away from, what should we move towards. Everything's a learning experience, man. Everything's a learning experience. And what I think I learned during this whole thing is do not invest in cities. Well, through COVID. 1, don't invest in blue states during COVID. 2, don't invest in cities that depend upon air travel, sports, anything like that. Like I know sports was heavy. Hell, we had a whole episode on sports and Airbnb and the effects on that sports and Airbnb, the connection between the two. You can't depend on that anymore. You got to depend on people who are always traveling, nurses, construction workers, possibly. I noticed construction has not taken a hit either. Construction didn't take a hit like city construction, especially like
they're still building like crazy.
Exactly. So it's like, things like that. You just got to kind of pay attention to what's still moving. Because like I know streets, construction, all that's still been booming, so finding what works, finding what doesn't work, just looking around.
One thing that our last guest, guest on the show mentioned was Globe. You've ever heard of that?
I never heard of that.
I never heard of it. You can rent your Airbnb units by the hour. Mm-hmm. And automatically I started thinking hotel, motel, holiday.
Yeah, man. You have to change the game.
Yeah, people, but I think that's cool. They just want a place to have a little birthday party, stuff like that. And I was thinking, well, shit, someone will come rent out my swimming pool. And then there is a site where you can rent out your swimming pools. Mm-hmm. There's a site, like Airbnb for swimming pools. Huh?
What's the name of it?
I'll look it up. But I forgot what it's called. But anyways, I was trying to get the owner of that site, to get on our show to tell us all about it. But I thought it was pretty cool. You can rent out your swimming pool. The only thing with me, I want to like kind of build like a structure outside first, like a kind of outdoor bathroom, shower type deal. Because the way I want to rent it out, I don't want them coming to my house. All these people coming in all wet, dripping, and all this stuff all over my freaking house. I don't want that. Oh man!
Let the Rona in, man.
They'll let the Rona in. I just chill out in y'all can enjoy the pool, but. Go get your shower, get out of here, Enter through the fence door and leave, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, facts. You can know how to make some money off of it, do it.
there's all different kinds of ways to make money, man. It's just going out there and, like you said, just do it. You should tell Nike about that.
Yeah, it looks like Airbnb is suing people for parties.
Airbnb is suing. Is this because all these?
I read a headline on it. I need to check out what it means. I guess they're either, I don't know if they're suing the host or they're suing the guests. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they're suing the guests, because you know how they are about their guests. So
It might be like a preemptive lawsuit because these huge parties are happening and people are getting shot and killed at Airbnb parties. So they're like a preemptive right before they get sued, because I'm sure the people are going to go after Airbnb because that's the big money, right?
yeah,
Say it was an Airbnb party, we're going to sue Airbnb, blah, blah, blah. And so Airbnb is like a preemptive lawsuit kind of thing.
One thing I put on my notes, I said, strong marketers will outlast Airbnb. And I really put that note in there because of the last guest, and because of the last few guests we've had. They've been talking about direct bookings, and she really dropped some fire on there, like, having the flyers in there. And I'm about to go to Vistaprint and create some damn flyers, because, man, I really think that's what it is. You have to position yourself to outlast Airbnb. Like, if Airbnb, imagine if Airbnb shut down, is your business still running? If not, then you got some holes in your game. You know what I mean? I think that's how we have to look at it. So I think we're in the age of marketing for short-term rentals. That's where we are. We're in the age of marketing and building your brand.
Yep. Real quick, I know this episode is probably not going to be up before September 1st, but Fannie and Freddie, when is it? When is this? Yeah. Okay. It might. Oh no, it'll be up on the YouTube before then. But anyways, Fannie and Freddie are going to start charging more fees to refi, right? Starting September. So if you're gonna get y'all's refis in, as long as you start them now, I think you'll be fine before September. But starting September, there's gonna be like some more fees from Freddie, because they know everybody's trying to do it right now. I think, I might as well cash in. So
I'm liking that, because I got a refi that I'm supposed to be doing in December, but I might have to push it up.
Well, it might not be huge fees. You might not be like a big issue, but it's just something to think about if you're trying to, fight for every penny, like they say.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll look into it. I need to.
Yeah. We're gonna try to get our buddy Todd Baldwin back on the show too. He wants to hop on again and drop some knowledge on us. He's a bad dude. The the 27-year-old millionaire. It's funny. I sent him a thing. This other one of the guys that's out there on the space real big on the real quick. I'll tell you. Grant, is it Graham something? Do you know him?
What's that?
He's on the young millionaire thing. Graham Steven, you know him? He's kind of big. Anyways, he said he put a video out saying how I was a millionaire by 26. So of course I obviously sent that to Todd, right? I said, man, he goes, he was 2 years earlier than you. You've been slacking. And Todd's like, wait a minute. He goes, I was a millionaire at 25. He goes, that article, so I beat him, and that article didn't come out till I was 27. So I wasn't the 27 or whatever. I'm 28. He's 28 now, I think. Yeah. But that CNBC article, put him on the map. But he said he's been a millionaire since he was 25 years old. And how did he do it? He just found opportunity. He found something that people needed, which is housing. He found a way to give them a really nice space, written out by the room, and at a decent price. And he just, he said, okay, that house will take care of. Let's build this one here. Let's do this one here. And he just it's like, it's not flashy. It's not like, it's just boring, just tedious. Just, okay, that works. I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Find what works for you. And
you asked a good question the other day, actually. It relates exactly to what you just said. You asked me, hey, are you into sticking to what you're good at or trying new things? And I think I answered, I said you should automate. What did I say? You should automate. No. You said should you stick to what works or try new things?
Or take risks or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you asked the exact question was, should you try new things or stick to what you're good at? I said you should do both. I said you should automate what works so you can try new things. And that's kind of one of the things where he can go try a whole bunch of stuff because he has some money that he knows is going to work, and he can go try some new shit. You know, I think that's how it is, man. You automate what works. You know what works, automate it. You know, who else said that? I think it was Shaq or Steve Harvey. They said, man, if you know how to make $10, you should know how to make 1,000. Do what you did to make
Okay.
that 10.
I found the exact quote. Do you believe in stick with what works and keep hammering at that? Or do you believe in continually trying new things and growing that way? And what your answer was, automate what works so you can try new things. So you believe in both. That's a great answer right there. You find what works, set up your team, set up whatever you need to do to keep that going and working. That's your base. And then you could go off and venture. Yeah, Elon Musk, you know, he fucking invented PayPal, or him and his whatever. So he was a billionaire off PayPal. Was he gonna do work at PayPal the rest of his life? No, he's like, okay, that's set in stone. Boom, boom, boom. I want to share that company. I'm gonna go try to, I'm gonna try this electric car thing. It goes, oh, that's working, that's good. I'm gonna go try to, get people out of space and into the moon. Okay, that's working, that's good. I'm gonna drill tunnels under Los Angeles. I mean, it's just like he sets it, gets his team in place, makes it a multi-billion-dollar company, stock going through the roof. I'm gonna go try this. I'm gonna try this other thing. It's like
that's what life's about. He's on a constant learning journey. That's what life's about, man. A lot of people don't realize that. You can't. That's truly what life's about, man. I love that he said that. Because he, boom, boom, moving up to the next level. That's what you're supposed to be doing in life, man. Learning, doing something new. So.
But I like how you pointed out, automate what works, because you know how to do it. You know what works. And then move on and then you could try to, you could take risks.
Yeah, and that's how people get stuck in that self-employed cycle, because they want to do it themselves. Automate it, and then let somebody else do it. Now you're helping the community. Somebody else is doing it. Boom, you're trying something else.
I always thought of, huh?
I said you might run into what you love, but go ahead.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You might run into what you love. Yeah, your passion, right? Yeah. And that's pretty much the 4-hour work week. That was pretty much what he's saying. He's not saying you're only going to work 4 hours a week for the rest of your life. No. He set up his businesses to run. He just looks at them, 4 hours a week, whatever, make sure everything's running smooth. And then he could tackle his passions. And his passion happened to be the biggest freaking podcast on the planet. It's just like, and then he found a way to make millions off of that. It's just, he got to all the stuff, the tedious, boring, all those tasks. He got to outsource all that stuff so he could focus on shit that he loves. And in turn, he grows exponentially from that. That's awesome.
That's facts, man. I don't realize that, man. Time is everything, dude. Time is everything.
Time is everything.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a fun journey, man. It's a fun journey. We're all learning. We're all, that's the thing. You got to.
And I was thinking about that the other day, man. Like when I was like, man, I kind of got into that. Hey, you're twiddling your thumbs. Maybe I should be doing something. And then that's when the whole fourplex thing came. So then what I did was I wrote down everything I'm working on. So then I'll always have it there. So I'll know I'm not twiddling my thumbs. I have passive money coming in. Because once you get there to where you have passive money coming in, you're feeling productive. Sometimes you get to twiddling your thumbs. Maybe I should be doing something. I sometimes have a little bit of that, but you can take that time to figure out what you love, figure out what you like to do. You can try new things. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I might love surfing. I don't know. I ain't never tried it, but I have the time to try it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How long? We started this podcast in 2017. Who would have known, like, we've had millionaires on this podcast? Like, we started, like, in your house, like, in a little 200, 300 square foot room in your house. For real, think about this. A 300 square foot room. We should actually take a picture of that place. Because if we ever get real big, we already got that place. Like, hey, this is where we started. You know what I mean? We started like a 200 square foot room, 300 square foot room in your house, podcasting. And we've grown it. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You never would have thought that. We got posters, banisters, stuff like that, live, let thrive. It's crazy. We never thought we'd be doing this. You know what I mean? And then the whole time it's a journey. Like the people who've listened to us, I actually talked to a guest before we hopped on. He actually hopped on one of my clarity calls, and I consulted him. He wanted to ask about the timeshare. He goes, oh man, I'm an avid listener. I've been listening to you guys for like a year and a half. I was like, for real? I'm like, man, thanks, man. He's like, yeah. So, but it's crazy. Like people, I think what works is we're on the journey with them. and then they see the step by step. They're like, oh, it's possible. You can do this. You know what I mean? So you definitely. Yeah. I found out I love podcasts. It's cool. You know.
I still remember that because when we met at that the stock investing club you came to, man. Yeah. And you told me about Airbnb. I was blown away. Like, holy shit, really?
Yeah.
I said, that's making all that money. Damn, I need to do that. I said, let's start a podcast. You're like, oh, what? You kind of like were kind of hesitant for a little while on some text messages and stuff, and finally fucking did it, man. I was like,
I'm like, all right, we'll do it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, like what momentum does, man. It's just like it just goes, man. It just keeps.
When I talk about The Secret or whatever, and The Secret to me is, even that famous book, you put it out there and then it's going to happen for you. Yeah. But in a way, that shit's kind of true. And this is one example, when I was going to Airbnb this house, right? When we're going to go on vacation to Padre, I was like, I'm gonna Airbnb my primary house. Hey, what's up? And so I was like, I was looking for a fridge, right? I was looking for a fridge, and I started putting it out there. Guys that were, anybody got extra garage fridge? They're trying to get rid of anything, blah, blah, blah. Nobody had anything at the moment, right? So anyways, I was able to put all the groceries somewhere. I was able to do something with it. But like a few weeks later, after Padre trip, a buddy of mine just came up to me, and he said, hey, Steve, you still looking for a fridge? We're trying to get rid of one, blah, blah. We're going to be moving out of our house. And he just gifted me this really nice, stainless steel fridge from my garage. I was like, I got to give you something for this. No, man, we just need to get rid of it because we got to move next week and this and that. And it's just funny how you put out to the universe what you want or what you need, what you think, and then it just happens for you. It's
that's crazy. It's it's synergy, momentum, all that, because it's funny, like. You know how the stainless steel fridge that we have in our garage, that's the same way we got it. Like we went to this random garage sale and we were buying a couch and we got the couch and the dude was like, and we were looking at the fridge, like, dang, it's a nice fridge. He goes, man, I don't even want that thing. You can have it. I was like, oh, snap. We were looking for a fridge for our garage and man, we got it. It was a stainless steel fridge. It's still out there in the garage, man. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's really all about taking action. When you take action, you put yourself in position to win and find opportunities. That's what it is. That's really what it is. Taking action is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. And opportunities will find you.
Straight up. That's how it is, man.
So, yeah. It's been a good episode, man.
It has.
It's good catching up. liveletthrive@gmail.com.
Yep. liveletthrive@gmail.com. You can catch us at IG, TikTok, all that good stuff, man. We're always posting quotes. We have videos of our past eps. Yeah, if you ain't following us on Instagram, you're missing out. And TikTok, definitely check us out. And if you need to get your health and fitness game together, follow Mahogany Artist follow Mahogany Artist on IG. She is killing it, man. She is killing it. So yeah, definitely.
Hey, if you know anybody that'd be a great guest on our show, send them our way.
Yeah, definitely. And if matter of fact, the last few guests have been hitting us up from IG. So send us a message on IG, liveletthrive@gmail.com. We always on those. So hit us up.
All right. Good up, man.
Good up. We are out.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.